All of this came from my amazing fans in the land of the living. They leave me more offerings than I know what to do with. Hey, what's wrong? Is it too much? You look overwhelmed.
No, it's all great.
But
It's just, I've been looking up to you my whole life. You're the guy who actually did it. But did you ever regret it? Choosing music over everything else?
it was hard, saying goodbye to my hometown, heading off on my own.
Leaving your family?
See, but I could not have done it differently. One cannot deny who one is meant to be. And you, my great-great-grandson, are meant to be a musician. You and I, we are artists, Miguel. We cannot belong to one family. The world is our family.
You actually juiced a tuna?
See, the audience likes to see a personality, a character. Music, whatever.
Mason's saying that you must let us create an image for you.
Sperm false idol. Sperm false idol. The world is our sperm false idol. Sperm false idol.
The world is our family. The world is our family. The world is our The world is our family. The world is our family.
Shut the fuck up. Welcome to the real dark side of K-pop. I'm your host, Beautiful. And in today's video, I'm here to do one thing and one thing only. Which is to tell you the truth. The truth about the K-pop industry. Now, if you don't know who I am,
stop. No one knows who you are, buddy. Alright, so let's just get to the point. Okay, look, this part was originally 7 minutes long. I thought it was a good idea to spend 7 minutes of runtime in an already long as shit video trying to set the tone when everything else before this part has already done that in a much better way. You know, I didn't say a single word. I just put stuff together, let them flow, and let the audience think for themselves. So, if I were to spend 7 minutes after it, straight up mansplaining to you the tone, the point of the video, it's like
Fatima works a 9 to 5.
Basically, there are two things you need to understand about this video before you continue on watching it. One, this video is not an exposed video. It does not contain any exclusive information or breaking news. Two, the making of this video is purely fueled by my own personal feelings towards K-pop as a fan. Therefore, everything I say and do in this video is 100% genuine and intentional. The year is 2020.
Dengan kondisi ini, saatnya kita kerja dari rumah, belajar dari rumah, ibadah di rumah.
And I was really depressed. Every day I would wake up, sleep, wake up, eat, school, Netflix, eat, play games, eat, shower, watch YouTube, sleep, repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat. Previous hobbies and activities that kept me sane and alive, I couldn't do anymore. Playing football, couldn't do that. Watching football, couldn't do that. Running, could have done that, but I had to wear a mask. Yeah, no. Driving alone at night, singing sad songs even though I had nothing to be sad about.
Aku tak tahu apa yang terjadi antara aku dan kau. Yang ku tahu pagi, ku benci untuk mencintaimu. Aku tak tahu apa yang terjadi antara aku dan kau. Yang ku tahu pasti ku benci untuk mencintaimu.
Couldn't even do that. I needed something new, something that could keep me going, something that could bring back a little bit of joy into my life. That's when I got into K-pop. Before then, I always knew of K-pop's existence. Groups like Twice, Blackpink, Red Velvet, Day6, BTS, obviously, I knew about. I had some songs in my playlist, but I never really got into it.
So, I decided, why not? Maybe K-pop can be my new source of happiness. I don't know. But if you do want to know, make sure to stick by, because you'll get the answer in 3, 2, 1. Oops, that's not it. 3, 2.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
It didn't take me long to become obsessed with K-pop. A week into it, I was hooked. Literally, every day, 24/7, I consumed everything K-pop. From music videos, to variety shows, to V-Lives, to funny compilation videos, I watched it all. A new day means a new group to discover, a new song to be put on repeat. My favorite group's comeback was like Christmas to me. Voting, streaming, buying albums. I did all of that. Just simply seeing my idol's pictures brought a smile to my face. I was happy. For the first time in a long time, I was happy.
You know the phrase, K-pop saved my life? Well, I genuinely believe that, because without it, I would not have known how to live.
A year passed. I became even more obsessed with K-pop, and I was still happy. But then, one day, I looked in the mirror and realized that I was looking a bit chubby. I realized that I was becoming lonelier and lonelier with nothing else going on in my life other than K-pop. I was not living, I was escaping. I was happy, but I felt like a loser without a purpose, a loser who spends most of his time consuming and caring about a bunch of people who won't even bat an eye if he dies tomorrow. And after making these realizations, I decided it was time to change. It wasn't going to be easy, but I knew I had to do it. So I did. I started running again, came back to playing football, found a new hobby in video editing, and I did a lot of studying. Slowly but surely, I was getting my shit back together. I wasn't as ecstatic as I was before, but at least I was living again. I wasn't enjoying the process of getting away from K-pop, but I had a good feeling that I was heading in the right direction. I knew if I continued on the path of being obsessed, of relying my happiness solely on K-pop, I would have been a lost cause. And back then, I almost quit K-pop, but I didn't, because around the month of September, during the Girls Planet era, I stumbled upon the side of YouTube where K-pop fans, regular K-pop fans, talk about K-pop. And that's it. There's no spin to it. They just talk about K-pop and they get a decent amount of views, a decent amount of subscribers, and most importantly, money from doing so. Obviously, seeing that, I was interested. I can edit, I can talk, and I need money. And plus, this is a way to turn being a K-pop fan into something productive. And really, I always wanted to be a YouTuber. So yeah, it was a no-brainer for me. January 7th, 2022. Beautiful was born.
-2 귀여운 모습 -3
어디 가세요? 어디 가세요?
귀여운 모습
지금
보여드릴게요
-4
희주 지금 물 마시러 갔어
It's 2023, I'm still a K-pop fan, and I'm pretty content. I graduated from high school, I'm getting decent at running, I've gotten way better at editing, my favorite football team is finally winning, and by the time of recording, I have around 30,000 subscribers on Beautiful, which, fun fact, is more than Kang Haewon's subscriber count. No, like seriously, check. I'm technically more famous than Haewon. I know it sounds crazy because, well, it is. I just lied. The fuck? It wasn't always like this though. At first, I had to go through many obstacles that any person with a sane mind would take as a sign to stop, having seen barely any results. In the early months of starting my YouTube channel, I literally broke my right hand while I was playing futsal. So for about 2 months, I had to edit, write, make thumbnails, and etc. with only my left hand. And in case you are wondering, no, I am not left-handed. I got sick multiple times because I did not sleep at all. See, I'm Indonesian, and in Indonesia, school starts at 6:30 a.m. and ends at 3 p.m. So, due to the long distance from my home to school, every day, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. Who the fuck wakes up at 5 a.m.? And after school, I would be home by 5, completely exhausted and mentally drained, while still having to do 20 homeworks and study for exams if there was any. And there was so many.
But come on, let's be honest here. At that point, senior year, when it comes to exams, option C and inshallah was the combo. And if it's essay, then just rephrase the question 20 times, which is like a minimum 20, and that is better than 0. So,
point is, during the day, I had no time for YouTube. So, I had to work at night. Starting at 10, 11 p.m., I would stay up writing, recording, editing, and it got so bad to the point where I had to make sacrifices. So, in the end, I chose to sacrifice my grades because honestly, fuck school. I fuck school and its whole system. You tell me, why should I care about whatever the fuck this is? You really think I'm gonna go to college, put myself in debt, put myself in deep depression, and let shit like this impact my future? Hell no! But yeah, other than that, I also had to sacrifice my social life, mental health, physical health. Once a week, I would have a fight with my parents, and all of that was happening just for me to get a grand total of 2,000 subscribers and $0. It was tough, but I didn't give up. I kept on going and going and going until on December 27, 2022, I uploaded a video titled NewJeans Ditto Will Change How You See K-Pop Forever. While making the video, I had a weirdly strong feeling that it was going to blow up. I didn't exactly know why that was the case, but after finishing the video, I just knew that this is it. This is the video. But my definition of blowing up back then was, 50,000 views to at most 100,000 views. The video got 1.3 million views. I know. What? The video itself is depressing, but it's real. It centers around the music video of the song Ditto, which, the way I see it, tells a story of three characters: Hisu, NewJeans, and Hyunwook. Hisu represents K-pop fans, NewJeans represents K-pop idols, and Hyunwook represents real life and the challenges it brings. Hisu, just like many of us, was going through something tough in her life that was slowing her down. This is symbolized by the cast in her left arm. Because of that, she tried to find an escape. She tried to find something that can bring back a little bit of joy in her life. And that's where NewJeans came in. NewJeans came in her life, and the fact is, yes, NewJeans did manage to put a smile back to Hisu's face. After that, Hisu became obsessed with NewJeans. She starts avoiding real life, in this case Hyunwook, because she already felt comfortable and happy with the presence of NewJeans. So why would she face on real life that would only give her hard times? At least that was her thought until it hits her. When she's crying and she needs physical presence, NewJeans are not going to be there for her. She realized that she can't live without NewJeans, but NewJeans can live totally fine without her. She realized that at the end of the day, her and NewJeans will always be separated by her camera. Her camera here represents our phone, our laptop, our TV. She realized that after all this time, she was just escaping. K-pop has not actually improved her life. She was still alone. Her real life problems are still there, even though she felt happier. In reality, nothing in her life changed. As a result, she decided to follow her intuition, that is, to quit K-pop and face on real life. See, I interpreted it that way because I was Hisu. I went through what she went through. And just like her, I made the same realizations, took action, and faced reality. At first, I didn't think much of the things that I said in the video. I mean, it was basically me connecting my own experience with K-pop and the music video of Ditto. But for some reason, the video blew up. And when I saw the comment section of the video, I saw a lot of me. 2020 me. I saw a lot of people who are still going through what I went through. People who are living a life of escaping, who are happy but miserable inside, who are too afraid to acknowledge the reality that they are lonely, depressed, and overall a fucking loser, who needs help. And after seeing the comment section over and over again, I finally realized the truth. The truth on how fucked up K-pop really is. The truth that K-pop, this music genre from Korea, is ruining so many people's lives and nobody's talking about it. My Ditto video has 1.3 million views, 90,000 likes, thousands of people saying they can relate, hundreds screaming for help. Now, just imagine how many more people out there whose lives are getting ruined by K-pop. Actually, you don't even have to imagine. I'll tell you right now. Judging by the traction and reaction my Ditto video and other videos about my video got, hundreds of thousands of people out there are currently suffering from K-pop. Some have made the realization and decided to change. Some have made the realization and decided to not change because they're too deep into the system. And some haven't even made the realization yet. But the point is, K-pop, this music genre from Korea, is ruining hundreds of thousands of people's lives. Are you hearing what I'm saying right now? But then again, if you are a K-pop fan, this should not come as a surprise to you. Because just look around you. Look how the community has behaved in the last couple of years, especially since the pandemic. The evidence is all there. You just have to look and not be too stubborn to say, oh, K-pop is not that deep. Well, the truth is, whether you like it or not, K-pop is becoming that deep. K-pop is heading in a direction where it's no longer a fun little hobby, but a lifestyle for many. No longer a music genre, but a competition. K-pop right now is heading in a direction where it's crowded by people who fail to understand that the phrase K-pop saved my life doesn't work if K-pop is the sole reason you are living. By people who can't live without K-pop, by people who are brainwashed, by people who are blinded from the truth, by people who are miserable, by people who what we like to call as stans. And the impact of this cannot be underestimated, because in an industry where stan culture is fully normalized, everything that is not normal becomes normal. The future of K-pop is fucked. And I'm not saying that in a way where, oh, guys, oh no, guys, oh no, K-pop is gonna die. No. In fact, K-pop is only gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. What BTS, Twice, Blackpink, and other groups have achieved so far is nothing compared to what you're going to witness in the future. K-pop is on track to become one of the biggest, if not the biggest, industry in the entire entertainment sphere. But still, the future of K-pop is fucked. Why? Well, because what people like to call the dark side of K-pop is only gonna get darker and darker and darker. And the reason for that is the same reason why it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. See, if you pay attention to most of the big industries in today's generation, you'll notice a recurring pattern, which is that most of them are based on stan culture. These industries exploit people who are sad, lonely, depressed, and chronically online by offering them an escape from reality, by providing them a place of comfort and constant happiness. And this has been the formula ever since COVID happened. As y'all know, back when COVID was still happening, most people were stressed out and very sad because they couldn't do the things that they usually do. So, as a result, a lot of people ended up searching for things that can make them feel less sad, just for a moment. A place where they can escape just for a little while. However, what was meant to be something temporary quickly became permanent, because now that COVID is over, the after effects are starting to show. There are a lot of people out there who are still escaping till this day. A lot of people in our society, and maybe you watching this, are able to stay at home in their room for a year straight and survive. And feel comfortable and feel happy doing so. This is possible because nowadays we have industries like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, anime, VTube, OnlyFans, Netflix, J-pop, K-pop, pop, to name a few, that allows people to not have to go outside, to not have to develop actual real life skills, to not have to progress in life, to be in a constant state of consuming and regressing, but feel happy and comfortable doing so. An example of an industry that is so huge, where the stan culture is very prominent, but at the same time is so normalized to the point where people don't see it as an issue anymore, is football. I know. What? But trust me on this. I've been a football fan for all my life. And when I say the stan culture in this industry is by far the worst out of all the industries that I know of, I mean it. Yo, sorry for interrupting, but real quick, I just want to elaborate on what I said about I've been a football fan for all my life. This is true. I've been a football fan for all my life, and here's proof to back it up. But yeah, that's it. Don't worry, after this, there will be no more interruptions. So just sit back and enjoy the show. Bye. See, being a stan is actually a behavior that is heavily pushed and praised in the football community. Truth is, most football fans are stans. But the reason why a lot of people, including football fans themselves, don't see it that way is because rather than calling it being a stan, we call it being a real fan. But when you pay a closer look, you will realize that the things real fans do in football are things that are very, very much ingrained with stan culture. In general, being a real fan in football comes in 3 different levels: the basic level, the moderate level, and the severe level. The first one is the basic level. Fans at this level support one team and one team only till the day they die. Let their team dictate their mood. So basically, if their team just lost the game, they'll be in a bad mood for an entire day, or even better, for an entire week. They have an immense level of hate towards rival teams. They watch their team play every week, no matter what time it is, and they also scream, rage, and smash things they can smash when their team loses a big game.
Aduh, Hon, please. Aduh, mati gue loh, anjing, sumpah. Aduh, stres. Ayolah, please, David, come on, please. Numero uno. Oh my god, bro. Come on, I love you, man. Fuck! Anjing!
Manchester United, who arrive with such business, finding themselves.
Anjing!
But that's only the basic level. The next one, we have the moderate level. Fans at this level make football their main source of happiness. They don't really have nothing else going on in their life other than football, so they project most of their time and energy on being a football fan. Not a football player, a football fan. The behaviors of a moderate level fan range from abusing players from rival teams by cussing at them, sending them death threats, telling them to kill themselves, etc. To abusing players from their own team by cussing at them, sending them death threats, telling them to kill themselves, etc. And now you're probably asking, wait, what? How does that make sense? How can you abuse and hate on players from your own team? Shouldn't you be the one supporting them? Shouldn't you be the one defending them? Well, no. Alright, we only support them when they're playing good. Alright, when they're scoring goals, when they're bagging an assist. But when they're playing bad, when they're playing shit, when they're playing like Anthony,
wherever I went, I got abused every single day. To walk down the street and to see people look at you in a certain way, spit at you, abuse you.
And you just sit and everyone's going like, whoa, is this for real? Like, is this what it means? This seems like life or death.
Well, staying with Manchester United, this is worrying news because Harry Maguire, we're learning, has received a bomb threat to his home. It's been taken seriously, obviously, by the player. It's also been reported to the police, the Cheshire Constabulary. So far, what we know is that a sweep of his home has been conducted by the police this afternoon. Harry has 2 young children with his fiancée.
To being mad over the fact that a player from their team is friends with players from rival teams.
Call me old-fashioned, but I don't like this, especially on Derby Week. This is not okay during the Derby Week. In Derby Week too? The game is well and truly done. Derby during Derby Week? I don't recognise my support anymore. Makayo, mate, I love you, but what is this? Especially on Derby Week. Tell me what he did wrong. Sat next to the hub?
To being negative all the time by complaining and constantly asking for improvements in areas that don't matter, but labeling it as caring about their team when in reality they're just miserable.
This does not not look very good, if I'm being honest. I would say it's Itzy's second worst comeback schedule design after Cheshire, which was a literal, obvious afterthought with zero design. A teaser like this should impress viewers to get them excited for the rest, but I could not feel more indifferent towards it. It's the most nondescript, inoffensive, minimalist teaser. I just feel like Itzy should never be in the same room or sphere or universe as minimalism. They're Itzy.
Like, why does Hyujin look like she just came from a baseball game, and Yeji from a cocktail party for moms, and Yuna from some futuristic fashion show? Like, it makes so little sense.
You think it's so fucking funny, huh? Funny.
To fucking up their morals over football.
Mason Greenwood, what a goal! I will sacrifice my life to have him back at Manchester United. He is the redemption. Mason Greenwood is better than Jude Bellingham. I have seen the light.
If you don't know who this guy is, he's you know? And it's not like a secret or nothing. I mean, everyone knows. There's proof that anyone can get access to that. Matter of fact, I'm going to show it to you right now. But yeah, guess what, man? After all that, he still has a career. He still plays professionally at a top level. And he still has a lot of fans. Cool. Not cool, obviously.
To destroying a shirt that cost at the very least $100 because that player went to a rival team, to making a 2-hour compilation video of a player from their own team making mistakes from several years ago because they're trying to prove a point and he's not good enough for the team anymore, and if he keeps on playing then their mental health will be at cost, to physically abusing a referee that cost them a game even though he was clearly with his family at the time.
And finally,
protesting by going to a player's house where he has kids and wives in it, shouting, "Get out!" because apparently he doesn't care enough for the club he's playing at.
Is the severe level. Now, fans at this level are the real fans, man. The realest of them all. Football is their life. It's the one thing that brings them true happiness. It's the one thing that gives them purpose. It's the one thing that is keeping them alive. Without football, they don't have a reason to continue on living. They're willing to die for their club. But they will also physically hurt and kill other people for their club. I remember when COVID was still around, the Premier League, basically the biggest league in football, basically the NBA of football, got canceled. And it was reported that over 28% of football fans admitted that their mental health had been affected by it. But if you're a football fan, you know that that number, 28%, is far from representing the actual truth. Because instead of telling these 28% of fans to not solely depend on 11 men kicking the ball for their mental health, the majority of football fans instead demanded for the Premier League to come back as quickly as possible. In the midst of all the chaos, in the midst of a deadly pandemic that was killing people left, right, and center, football fans were just there, demanding for the beautiful game to come back. Mind you, at that point, the cancellation had only gone on for 3 months. Not 4, not 5, not 6, 3 months. But so many fans just couldn't handle it anymore. They desperately needed football to come back because of their mental health. Many players were obviously against the coming back of football because obviously they were the ones whose lives were at risk. They're humans too, remember? Just because they're rich and their job is, according to many fans out there, the best and easiest job in the world, doesn't mean that they don't have their own struggles with mental health, especially during COVID. The fuck?
Well, that's what ultimately has happened. So we're due back in this week. I've said I'm not going in. While we are getting tested and while we are going to be in a very safe environment, it only takes one person to get infected with the group for that to be a 1 to 6 ratio. And again, I don't want to be bringing that home then. I've just had my son's like 5 months old. He has breathing difficulties. So I don't want to come home to put him in more danger. Yeah, I just said the simplest thing, like, I can't get a haircut until mid-July, but I can go and get in a box with 19 people and jump for a header. That's how that works. And no one could answer the questions. And not because they didn't want to, just because they don't know the information.
Yeah.
So I said, if you don't know the information, why would I put myself at risk? And
the government saying, "Oh, bring football back because it's going to boost the nation's morale." I don't give a fuck about the nation's morale, bro. Like, people's lives are at risk, so it's just, do you know what I mean? Like, football shouldn't even be spoke about, like, coming back until the numbers have dropped, like, massively.
No.
But the fans didn't want to hear any of that. Instead of trying to understand the player's point of view, they just said, "You're rich, stop being a pussy, I'm working my 9 to 5, so what's your excuse?" And the people in control, the ones who are at the top, the sexual deviants, I'm sorry, I mean the government, were obviously in full support of the fans. Because mental health, man. Mental health, man. We love mental health. We've been loving mental health. You know, we breathe, we live, we eat mental health. Mental health? Hey, mental health, man. Come on, mental health. Mental fucking health, bro. Come on, man. See, football as an industry is now at a point where the stan culture is so normalized, nobody sees it as an issue anymore. Not being able to live without football, making football your main or only source of happiness, depending on football for your mental health, are all normalized, are just perks of being a real fan. It's what makes football more than just a game. That's what they mask it as. And if you think I'm exaggerating on how beyond fucked this stan culture is in football, I'm not. There are quite literally millions and millions of football fans out there across the world from all ages that do the things that real fans do and take pride in it. They're trapped in the culture of being a stan, and they're ruining their life because of it, but they don't even realize it because nobody's telling them otherwise. See, this is what I mean when I say the future of K-pop is fucked. I fear the day where stan culture becomes so normalized in K-pop to the point where people just don't see it as an issue anymore. To the point where the majority just embrace it as part of the culture, as something that is essential into making K-pop K-pop. Oh yeah, stan culture is what makes K-pop unique and different, and it's actually kind of beautiful in a way. And you know, if we're being honest here, K-pop is becoming more and more like football. A music genre is becoming more and more like a sport, a culture that has been around since the 19th century and has united the whole world ever since. Most people, including me, were born a football fan. I was born a Manchester United fan, and I will continue to be one till the day I die. That's just how it works. There's history, there's trophies to be won. It's a competition. The stand culture in football makes sense. It's wrong. I don't agree with it. I don't participate in it. But it makes sense. But now, if you try to implement the same culture to K-pop, Korean pop, a music industry, a music genre, it's fucked. This is a music genre, not a sport. A music genre should never be a competition. No one was born being a Blink. No one was born being an ARMY. But the way K-pop fans have been acting recently, it almost seems like they were all born being a fan of their favorite groups. We got so many groups now that are becoming a million seller group, not because they're worldwide famous, not because they release really fucking good music, not because they're really good artists, not because they have a big fan base, no. But because their fan base is so loyal and is so ingrained with the culture that they're willing to do anything for their favorite groups. Mass streaming, mass voting, mass buying albums. They will do all these things. Why? Because they want to see their group win. Numbers in K-pop, the views, the album sales, is all bullshit now. It's all fake, it's all bogus. Open your eyes. K-pop is becoming like football. A competition. A competition in which it's normalized for people to depend on their favorite groups for their mental health. In which it's normalized for people to make K-pop their main or only source of happiness. Where K-pop allows people to be happy and comfortable enough to spend the majority of their time consuming it. Where K-pop becomes something that makes millions and millions of people out there become more miserable, degenerate, and overall fucked.
Remember mama telling me it'd be alright. Let go all of my problems and call Christ. And it finally made sense out this whole life. They've been trying to phony kick it my whole life. But if nobody love me, I'm gonna love me. I don't need you to love me. Love me. But if nobody love me, I'm gonna love me. I don't need you to love me. Love me. And if nobody love me, I'm gonna love me. I don't need you to love me. Love me.
K-pop has a system. A system based on stan culture. A system that exploits and brainwashes you. A system that has been implemented since the beginning of K-pop and is still working absolute wonders till this day. A system that is so fucked up and is, in my opinion, impossible to change. Here's how the system works. In general, there are 3 levels of power in the K-pop industry. Companies are the most powerful, idols are the second most powerful, and the fans are the powerless. Companies exploit the fans by simply giving them what they want, which in general are comfort, happiness, and perfection, all wrapped up in one entity we like to call as idols. Idols are the main selling point of K-pop. They can be seen as a friend, best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, a source of comfort, a source of happiness, etc. The idols you see right now are products of companies that have been manufactured in a way to cater into the fans' expectations. And fans' expectations can be really confusing because it changes over time and it varies depending on what fandom we're talking about. Some fans want their idols to be loud and crazy. Some fans want their idols to stay quiet and be pretty. But in general, nowadays K-pop fans want their idols to be as real and as natural and as relatable as possible, but not to the point of disappointing their expectations. So because of that, companies now try their best to make their idols as real and as natural and as relatable as possible, but not to the point where they basically fuck up the system. Which practically means be yourself, but still do your job. Which in this case, their job is not to make music. Their job is to do fan signs and fan calls where they have to always laugh over the same corny ass jokes, accept all of their fans' weird desires, and answer all of their weird ass questions. To constantly say, "We love you. We need you. You guys mean the world to us." To always be actively communicating with their fans through Bubble, Weavers, and other platforms similar to that. To apologize every time they do something that don't align with their fans' expectations. To never be rude to their own fans, no matter how shitty their behavior is. To always smile and be happy 24/7. To wear makeup 24/7. To fit the beauty standard as much as possible. To act innocent, but not too innocent to the point where they're not relatable. To be perfect, but not too perfect to the point where they look like robots. To constantly follow orders from their fans. If they don't like the fact that you're in a relationship with a certain someone, then break up. Or don't show publicly that you're in a relationship with that certain someone. If they don't like the fact that you're friends with certain people, then don't show publicly that you're friends with those certain people. If they don't like the way you act, then don't act the way you do. If they don't like the fact that you have your own opinions, then don't have your own opinions, etc. Which most of these things are fair because it is their job. But it doesn't change the fact that their job mainly consists of activities that only perpetuates the stan culture in K-pop. Activities that only worsen the parasocial relationship the fans have with their idols. Activities that will only lead these idols even higher onto a pedestal of unrealistic expectations that are essentially endless and gets worse day by day. And this is the first reason why the system is impossible to change. The main reason why K-pop is so profitable and successful is because of stan culture. So, if the system changes from being based on stan culture to being based on music, then an exponential amount of money, power, and success will be lost. And do you really think these companies or your idols will risk losing those three things for the sake of changing the system? No. The second reason why the system is impossible to change is social media. See, before social media took over the world, the fans who were affected by stan culture were mainly Korean fans. But ever since the dawn of social media, and especially after the pandemic, a lot of international fans have also got affected by stan culture. Nowadays, we have platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok where companies can put out way more content for fans all around the world to consume on a daily basis so that they can feel way more connected with their idols, allowing them to just stay at home for days consuming K-pop 24/7. But the problem doesn't end there, because it's not only the companies who are putting out content that is worsening the stan culture in K-pop, but there are also thousands and thousands of regular people out there who put out content that is also worsening the stan culture in K-pop. If you look at the K-pop social media space right now, whether it is YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram, you will see a lot of trash that are based on fiction, but is labeled as truth, spreads misinformation, sensationalized things that don't fucking matter, and are either based on pure love or pure hate, with no critical thinking whatsoever. And all of this trash has the same effect. It makes people dumber, and it makes people even more of a stan. And don't worry, I'll give you examples, one by one. The first type of trash is the one that is based on fiction, but is labeled as true. You can see a lot of this trash on videos that use the term, according to netizens, newsflash. In most cases, these videos are not actually according to netizens. It's according to the creator of the video themselves. Or even worse, it's according to nothing. It's just a list or an opinion that they know will get a lot of engagements. They know will get a lot of people arguing in the comment section. But in order to not get hate, they use the term, according to netizens. And even when it actually is according to netizens, they use either an online survey with a sample size of 10 people as their source, or even worse, Panchoa.
K-pop idols who don't deserve their position, according to netizens. K-pop groups who don't deserve their success, according to netizens. K-pop groups that are flopping, according to netizens. K-pop idols who look bad after plastic surgery, according to netizens.
In these videos, literally, no source was used. It was just them providing takes with fan cams or images of the idols in the background with a random K-pop song playing in behind. Something that even my grandpa can do in under 10 minutes. He was blind. The second type of trash is the one that spreads misinformation. These ones are most apparent when bullying scandals or dating scandals or any other kind of scandals are around. The most recent example of this is the Kim Garam scandal. I remember when news of Garam being an alleged school bully first started roaming around. A lot of people on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube jumped the gun straight away, spreading videos that were taken out of context, making tweets that were using, again, Panchoa as their source. And Twitter, I remember at the time, was pretty much an echo chamber of people, mostly adults, grown adults, verbally abusing Garam. Saying things like, "Oh, Kim Garam deserves to die. Fuck her. She's a bully. I hate her. She's evil. Good luck working at McDonald's." Mind you, Garam was 16. And at the time, there was not even one concrete evidence of her being this evil mastermind. But K-pop fans just believed everything that was being spread. The third type of trash is the one that sensationalize or dramatize things that don't fucking matter. Videos that use the title, "These idols got hate for this," or "Why this group is so hated," are usually bullshit. The creator of the video probably saw, at the very worst, 10 comments of people hating on the idol for said reason. But in their video, they'll make it seem like everybody and their mama is hating on that idol. And to make it worse, in the video itself, they'll provide no kind of nuance, no kind of analysis, and no kind of critique. They'll just mutter out the same obvious points over and over again and call it a day.
The most hated female K-pop idols so far in 2024, these idols got hate for looking old. K-pop idols who lost too many fans recently. Why so many people started to hate idols? Shut the fuck up!
Sakura of LE SSERAFIM recently revealed that she wasn't able to attend a Louis Vuitton fashion event because HYBE, her company, declined her invitation. The reason for this was because of a conflict in schedule between the fashion event and Leniverse, her group's reality show. Because of this, Twitter went mad. A lot of big accounts was tweeting about how HYBE is sabotaging Sakura, trending the hashtag "treat Sakura better" or something like that. When I first saw this on Twitter, I thought, oh shit, what happened to Sakura, man? But when I found out that all of that crying and complaining was all because of a fashion event that she wasn't able to attend for a valid reason, I was disappointed. Because, first of all, that's just part of the job of being an idol. Second of all, what the fuck? A fashion event. All of that for one fashion event. Oh my god, Sakura is being sabotaged. HYBE hates her so much. How is she gonna be able to live after this abomination of a situation? Is this the end of the world? A fashion event. Louis Vuitton. Bitch! How is her not being able to attend one fashion event going to impact your fucking life? Fuck, it doesn't even impact Sakura's life because guess what? After all of that, She's still making millions. She still has millions of fans. And she still has her job. While you're there, all miserable, angry, sad, and still broke. And you know, day by day, I'm seeing so many videos and tweets of people sensationalizing so much unimportant shit. And the effects of this are obvious. 1, it makes people dumber. 2, it overshadows issues that actually matter. 3, it makes people like me numb when seeing hashtags like hashtag treat this idol better or hashtag apologize to this idol, because it seems like every day there's some kind of mistreatment going on, or an idol that is getting so much hate and in need of so much protection, when in reality that's far from being the case. And most importantly, it enables people to constantly stay active online and waste a lot of their time and energy caring about a problem that wasn't even a thing until someone decided to make a video titled, "What happened to this group?" Spoiler alert, nothing! Nothing happened to that group. The fourth type of trash is the one that is based on zero critical thinking and is filled with either pure love or pure hate. But either way, the outcome is the same. Content that promotes blind love with constant praises will only make fans become even more obsessed with their idols. But on the other hand, content that promotes blind hatred with baseless arguments will only make fans become even more passionate in defending and protecting their idols. Either way, as I said, the outcome is the same. Both trash only worsens the stan culture in K-pop even more, making the industry become even more of a competition than it is a music genre, erasing the middle ground between love and hate. You know, every time I go on Twitter now, all I see are tweets of K-pop fans saying either the most out-of-pocket opinion you'll ever see, or an opinion that is crazy, but it kind of makes sense, and you know, it's actually worth to be discussed even further. But when you scroll down the tweet, they will always say, oh, muting tweet, y'all can't handle the truth. Which shows that these people, they don't actually know what they're saying. They just say shit that they know will get a lot of views, clicks, and engagements. The same thing you can see on YouTube with K-pop unpopular opinion videos, where K-pop fans give out their one-sentence K-pop opinions with no reasoning behind it, which again allows them to basically get away with saying the most controversial and edgy opinions without having to actually comprehend what they're saying. Sound reviews and comeback ranking videos, most of them are basically people saying, oh, this song is bad, I hate this song because, the intro is okay, the pre-chorus is actually pretty good, but the chorus is like so disappointing and lacking, and it's giving TikTok music. Oh yeah, and also the rap part is cringe. Hashtag critical thinking. What the fuck are you saying? And you know, because of trash like this, a lot of K-pop fans nowadays prefer to just stay in their own spaces where they feel safe, where it's filled with content that is based on pure love about their favorite idols. Which, in hindsight, is a fine thing to do, right? No. Because when a person becomes too used being in an environment where it's practically an echo chamber of the same opinions recycled over and over again, opinions that are based on blind love and constant praises about their favorite idols, that person will reach a point where they start to consider different opinions that does not consist of praises but are actually based on critical thinking as hate. In my last video, I made a comparison between Baby Monster with NMIXX and Kep1er because the three of them all have something in common, which is the fact that they all come from a place of high expectations. And I was basically trying to make a point that YG privilege still exists. And unlike NMIXX and Kep1er, who didn't live up to their expectations, Baby Monster will, because of this, that, and the third. There was no point in the video where I expressed any kind of hatred towards both NMIXX and Kep1er. I didn't say they flopped or they sucked. No. I just said that they didn't live up to their expectations. And in the video, I explained why that is the case. But for some reason, in the comment section of the video, there were some people saying, "Oh, you're just hating on NMIXX and Kep1er. Why are you hating on NMIXX and Kep1er?" Which I don't get till this very moment, because honestly, I don't hate NMIXX or Kep1er or any group and idol that is out there. Except for Jay Park. But yeah, back to the video. I'm at a point now where I don't know anymore. Maybe I was hating. Maybe I was being a hater. I don't know. And I feel like a lot of content creators who are actually trying to make a platform for people to have a discussion are suffering from this too. People saying you're a hater, when in actuality, you're just trying to start a conversation where it's not one-sided, where people can talk about their own opinions and agree, or disagree, or agree to disagree. But then again, you can't really blame these people for not wanting to go out of their safe space, because the truth is, social media right now is filled with a lot of garbage. There is some good out there, but unfortunately, the trash outweighs the good by a significant amount. Because the truth is, the trash always gets way more views and it's way easier to make. If you want to be a content creator in this space right now and actually get views and actually make it while still making good, respectable content, you have to put a lot of time and effort into researching, writing, recording, editing, and on top of that, you have to be good at making thumbnails and titles that are clickable enough for your videos to not completely flop. Which is very hard, by the way, when you can't use the word flop or disappointing or suck or worse or, Which means, whether you like it or not, at some point you have to clickbait and make trash. I did it. A lot of the content creators that you consider good did it.
some are still doing it. Which means we're fucked. Yeah, that's only the second reason. Because, unfortunately, there is still one more reason to why the system is impossible to change. And that's because the society we're living in today consists of people who tend to forget easily. Good or bad, nowadays everything fades away quickly. My Ditto video got 1.3 million views, 90,000 likes, thousands and thousands of people saying, "Thank you for making me realize the truth." But if we're being honest here, out of the millions that saw that video, probably only 1,000 of them took action by actually changing as an individual. And out of the 1,000 of them, probably only 100 started a conversation with other K-pop fans who are also affected by stan culture and get inspired to the point where they ask themselves, "Oh, okay, what can we do about this? How can we fix this problem?" Or the rest? Well, the rest just nods and agrees. "Oh yeah, that was a cool video. I agree with what he said. I can relate. This is so true. Thank you for making me realize the truth." But that's that. They don't take any action. They don't actually change as an individual. And it's like, what's the point? "Oh, but no, that's because you're a nobody. Of course your video, your little video is not gonna make an impact." Okay. BTS! Arguably the biggest K-pop group there is, literally made a whole song called Pied Piper on why you, K-pop fans, should not be a stan. But we don't even have to look at its impact on the whole K-pop community. Just look at its impact on their own fan base. Yeah, that's right. Non-existent. In the comment section of my Ditto video, hella armies were spamming, Oh, this is nothing new. This is nothing special. BTS did it first with Pied Piper. The same thing is happening with idols like Sayeon and Yunjin. And the same thing is going to continue to happen with everyone else that is trying to tell the truth, and every little progress that is going to be made in the future. See, in order for change to actually happen in this industry, everything needs to be consistent from top to bottom. Companies need to, 1, let their idols speak freely about issues surrounding stan culture and parasocial relationships. 2, focus more on the music aspect of K-pop. And you do that by 1, debuting actual artists. Not models, not actors, not comedians, who are not even funny, by the way. They're just loud. Like, an idol can literally just be doing this. And their fans will start saying shit like, oh my god, look at my idols, man. They're so funny, man. They're so chaotic. They really don't care about their image. They don't care about their image. They don't care about their image, They don't care about their image, but they still look white as chocolate and thin as stick. Make it make fucking sense. Artists, not privileged assholes, not people with the same amount of talent of a TikTok influencer, not pretty looking dumbasses with the same level of consciousness as a rock. No, I'm talking about artists. Real artists who actually love music, who likes to make people think, who wants to make a change, who have a message that they want to convey, who have a story that they want to tell. By allocating the millions and millions of money you get from all these parasocial demons on high-level producers, engineers, visual artists, designers who can actually fucking design, on creating top-tier music, not on creating 50 different versions of an album. Like, dead ass, I don't give a fuck about no version A, version B, version C, D, E, F, G, photo cards, ID cards. I don't give a fuck. Especially photo cards. You people not only buy those things, you collect them. Why? By taking your damn fucking time on releasing music. Once a year, once every 2 years, bro. As long as it's actual music. Like, it don't even have to be good. As long as it comes from a genuine place. Bro, I'm cool with that. You know, stop coming back every 3-4 months. Like, legit, bro, no one wants to see that. You know, the whole essence of a comeback is to show a different side of you. It's to show how much you've changed as a person, both physically and spiritually. And the only way to truly change as a person is through experience. By going out there and doing shit. By actually living life. By being an actual human being. You know? Like, these idols, man, they just stay in their fucking dorm or in the studio 24/7, preparing for the next comeback. Preparing for the next comeback. Preparing for the next comeback. Preparing for the next one. Preparing. The fuck? Like, of course the comebacks are not gonna feel genuine. Of course it's gonna feel fake. Because it is. Oh yeah! Hi guys! It's us again. We are back. This time, yep, that's right. Our hair color is different. Yup. Oh yeah, and also, look at our face. It's a bit more serious. It's a bit more angrier. And also, if you pay attention, we're a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, a little bit more naked.
Pull up or something like that.
Oh yeah, and to all the blinks who are currently having an orgasm right now, hearing me say all that. Oh yeah, this is why Blackpink is superior. They release music once every 2 years because they're real artists who prioritize quality over quantity. Yup, that's right. Shut the fuck up. Alright, sit down. We all know that's not the case. Pissing me off for no fucking reason. And then there's the idols. The idols need to, 1, communicate with their fans through their songs or music videos or whatever it is they can use as a tool for communication about the truth. 2, these idols need to stop being a bunch of sorry ass bitches and start standing up for yourselves. Alright, stop with the apologizing, stop with the catering, stop with the, oh, I owe you guys everything, even if it means sacrificing my whole happiness and mental health. For you guys, it's fine because, well, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. Stop with that shit. It's corny. The content creators need to be responsible with the shit they put out by making content that is based on truth, not fiction, based on critical thinking, not pure love or pure hate, content that intellectualize, not sensationalize. And finally, the fans themselves need to take action by not being ignorant, by having conversations with other K-pop fans who are also affected by stan culture, and most importantly, by actually changing as an individual. And all these things need to happen on a consistent and continuous basis for change to actually occur. Little changes or big changes that happen time to time do matter. 20 years ago, maybe, but not now. Because now, people, especially K-pop fans, forget fast. And who do you think benefits from this system? Me? The content creators? Well, to a certain extent, actually, yes. Because, me personally, I make money from my videos. So, logically, the bigger K-pop gets, the bigger my channel gets, and the more money I will make. But, if we're looking at it from a broader perspective, no. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate to this, but every time I go on Twitter or YouTube nowadays, rather than feeling inspired, I feel tired, disappointed, and weirdly afraid. There are a lot of good content creators out there right now who are struggling to even get 1,000 views in a video. because their videos always get overshadowed by the trash, which gets way more views, way more engagement, without having to put even an ounce of the effort they put in. What about your idols? You think your idols benefit from this system? Huh? Your beloved idols, you think they benefit from this system? No. Truth is, most of your idols are mentally fucked up in the head. Most of them came into the industry at a very young age, naive to how things work. And they were told by people in the industry that if they wanted to debut, they had to do this, and this. So, your idols did all of the things that they were told to do, which most of them are not normal, by the way, but they did it anyways because, well, that's just what it takes to debut. Right? And as a result, when they debuted, most of them became brainwashed, out of touch with reality. Most of your idols think their job, the things they do, the things they've done in the past are normal. Most of your idols think they're showing their real self, when in reality, they don't even know who they really are. Most of them can't even show their bare face. And you really think they're showing their real personality? This system forces you to depend on your idols. But guess what? It also forces your idols to depend on you. Not you specifically, but millions and millions of you. Your idol's happiness and mental health depends on how much you worship them. How many numbers can you get them to? How many achievements can you help them get? Your idols don't know how to be happy just being. That's why they try their best to not disappoint you, to cater to your expectations, to always say, I love you guys, because their whole existence is made for you. The system forces them to exist only for you. The system puts them in a constant state of fear. Fear of losing you. Because, let's be honest here. How many idols out there can actually survive without the system? Without their millions of fans? Very few. It's very few idols who are actually talented, who are actual artists, who actually love music, who can produce, write, sing, who are actually creative, who knows what they're talking about, who is in touch with reality, who acknowledges the power that they have, and is responsible with how they use it. You know, most of your idols wouldn't even consider being a musician if it weren't for K-pop. Most of your idols would be working at McDonald's if it weren't for K-pop. Most of your idols are not artists nor musicians. They're mere performers, part-time models, part-time actors, part-time comedians, part-time therapists, part-time activists, part-time girlfriends, boyfriends, best friends, who lip syncs most of the time. And as a result, this system has birthed so many idols who are, I'm sorry, but dumb. Your idols hold so much power and influence, but they don't know what to do with it. And it's really sad to see. Realistically, a lot of your idols have more than enough power to make a huge impact in society, to start a revolution, to change a whole system, if they really want to. But unfortunately, throughout their whole career, they've gone through a system that forces them to depend on their company and their fans. Throughout their whole career, they've been told what to do by their company and their fans. You know? The queen of K-pop. In her first song, she talks about how great of a person she is by chanting her own name 100 times, telling people to worship her even more. Oh yeah, here's my name. Here's how you spell it. Just to make sure you don't forget, I'ma say it 100 times, over and over again. I'm so cool, right? Right? Please worship me, guys. Please worship me. Please love me. Please love me, love me even more. And in her second song, she brags about how much money she got. But hey, at least she's the best K-pop idol 2021. Right? So who actually benefits from this system? That's right. The companies. The companies y'all hate and despise. They're the ones who benefit from this system. Because guess what? They're the ones who get the most money, the most power. They're the ones who are in control. They're the ones who don't give a fuck. They're the ones who are playing chess while all of you are playing checkers. Every minute you spend on Twitter or YouTube comment sections complaining about issues like mistreatment, minors debuting, cultural appropriation, how much of the music is declining in K-pop. Do you genuinely think you're making a difference by doing that? No. You dumb fuck. Because guess what? That's exactly what these companies want you to do. They want you to worship your idols and defend them like your life depends on it. They want you to protest and to complain about how bad they are at their job and how fucked up the industry is. They want you to be on Twitter talking about K-pop like it's your job. They want you to be aware of the dark side of K-pop. They want you to do all these things because they know that no matter how many more mistreatments there will be in the future, no matter how many more minors will debut, no matter how many more suicides will happen, no matter how much the music declines in K-pop, a lot of you will still be K-pop fans. A lot of you will still consume K-pop, and it's bullshit. That's all that matters to them. These companies are not dumb. They know that a lot of you are too deep into the system. They know that a lot of you are brainwashed. They know that a lot of you can't spend a single day without watching your favorite group's variety shows. They know that a lot of you can't spend a single day without going on Twitter, searching, what's going on with K-pop today? I wonder what's going on with K-pop today. Oh my god, this idol is dating this idol? Oh my god. Oh no, this group is flopping? This group is flopping? Oh no, I need to help them. Oh no. They know that a lot of you can't spend a single day without worshiping your idols like they're fucking God. Oh yeah, look at my idols, man. Look at my idols, man. They're so hot. They're so talented and so successful and so rich and so cool. And they're like so funny, but at the same time, they're so humble. You know, like they bow 90 degrees. Oh my god, they're so perfect. Oh my, look at the views. Oh my god, look at the album sales. Oh my god. And ultimately, they know that a lot of you can't live without K-pop. Can you? I got this one comment on my last video that really made me realize, oh shit. Yeah, now we're fucked. The comment was basically a response to something that was said in the video. And in the video, I basically said something along the lines of, if you're so bothered by the fact that K-pop is the way it is, if you're so disturbed by the huge possibility that minors will keep on debuting in K-pop, then leave. And then this one person commented saying, oh, that's the worst argument I ever heard. If you don't like that, leave K-pop as a whole. It's like saying, if you don't like racism, just leave America. That's just how it is here. So then I replied saying, I think getting another hobby is way easier than leaving a whole country. That's just my opinion though. And then OP replied saying, yes, but I really like K-pop. I would rather the idols getting what they deserve and that they are safe and don't have to suffer for my entertainment. Yes, I can get another hobby, but I don't want to. I want to make the industry better. If everyone that wants it to be better leave K-pop, then it'll just keep getting more toxic. Now, first of all, can we, you know what I'm saying? Can we standing ovation? Alright, standing ovation for this person. Low-key, probably the best analogy I ever heard in my entire lifetime. Leaving K-pop is like leaving America. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing the next Shakespeare in the making right here. Fucking genius. I mean, it's not like K-pop is a music genre and America is a whole country. Right? It's not like we can just leave K-pop whenever we want to. I mean, there's a whole process. We need to decide what hobby we want to pursue next. Hobbies like working out, going outside, reading. It's like going from living in America to living in China. You know, it's hard. There's a lot of paperwork that needs to be done. You need to learn a whole new language. You need to adapt to a whole new culture. The ideology is different, and you know, the process is probably gonna take years. Right? But there is always Canada. You know? Anime? That's a good option. But nah, in all seriousness, what the fuck? First of all, this person said that 17 is a very young age. Which means that this person is most likely to be a grown adult. How is K-pop your only hobby? You're not even Korean. You don't even understand what your idols say without subtitles. Your idols don't fucking understand what you're saying most of the time. And I'm sorry, but if all you're doing is just consuming and you're not creating from K-pop, then you can't call K-pop a hobby.
All you're doing is consuming. That's not a hobby. You know? Back when the world was still a normal place, hobbies were actual activities like running, singing, dancing, writing, reading, drawing, painting, knitting, cooking, K-pop. What the fuck? Makes no sense. But this is what's happening. This is what's happening, guys. People are making K-pop not only their hobby, but their only hobby. And we're all just going to act like it's a normal thing, I guess. Great. Second of all, this person said that they want to help in changing the industry and changing the system. Now, sir or ma'am, I'm sorry to break your bubble of optimism here, but you're not doing shit. See, this is why people need to learn history. What we're witnessing right now is nothing new. It's been happening as a whole cycle. What? You think the second gen fans didn't go through what we're going through right now? Bro, they went through the exact same shit. But then they realized that realistically, nothing's going to change. And because of that, they moved on with their life by either leaving K-pop as a whole or becoming casual fans. But nowadays, because K-pop is expanding internationally, because it's way easier now for companies to exploit and brainwash the fans, because K-pop can now practically serve as a place for permanent escapism, there are a lot of K-pop fans out there right now who are coping. These people are getting older and older and older, but their idols are not. And now they're in a position where they're stuck. They don't know what to do. Naturally, the most logical thing there is to do is to move on from K-pop and pursue other things in life. Right? But here's the problem. These people can't do that because the time they should have spent on developing real life skills getting other hobbies, going outside, making connections, experiencing life, planning for their future. They spend it on consuming K-pop, on Discord with other K-pop stans, on Twitter worshiping their idols, on YouTube and TikTok just purely consuming. And because of that, the concept of moving on, the concept of getting another hobby, the concept of leaving K-pop, the concept of consuming K-pop for what it's supposed to be, a music genre, is such a dystopian concept for them. Because they're not used to that. And that's a problem. The final thing that this person said that don't make any sense to me is that they said they don't want to get another hobby. They don't want to leave K-pop. See, I have this little theory that it's not a matter of you don't want to. It's a matter of you can't. No? Because why would you not want to leave this industry that is so horrible to you? Why would you not want to quit consuming this industry that you know is based on a lot of immoral practices? Why would you not want to quit this industry that you obviously hate very much? Oh, it's because if I leave K-pop, then the industry will just keep on getting more toxic. Are you fucking dense? Nah, I'm being serious. Don't be this naive, please. Who the fuck do you think you are? Don't you understand that every minute you spend consuming K-pop doesn't matter if it's based on love or hate, doesn't matter which group you stan, bro? Every minute you spend consuming K-pop, every minute you spend on TikTok scrolling, watching all those K-pop videos, every minute you spend on Twitter arguing with other K-pop fans, every minute you spend watching your favorite group's variety shows, every minute you spend listening to those shitty half-ass make no goddamn sense music your idols put out, every dime you spend on those albums and those photo cards, you're only giving more money to the companies. You're allowing these companies to do the things that they do without having to face consequences. By making K-pop your only hobby, by spending most of your time consuming K-pop, you're only strengthening the very system that you apparently despise. that you apparently want to help in changing it. You know, you're not special. I know exactly what type of person you are. There are thousands and thousands of you. You're the type of person who likes the idea of doing something with your life, of making an impact, when in reality, you're not doing shit. Who thinks you're better and morally superior than everyone else, when in reality, that's far from being the case. Oftentimes, these K-pop fans who act morally superior are the same ones who consume K-pop the most, are the same ones who overcomplicate K-pop the most. See, for me, K-pop is a music genre, a music industry, nothing more than that. But for people like you, it's more than that. Huh? It's not just a music genre. It's a hobby. It's a lifestyle. It's something that is saving your life. It's the one thing that is keeping you alive. Right? See, a lot of you overcomplicate K-pop because you think the majority consume K-pop the same way you consume it. Which, in a way, is true. Because on social media, most K-pop fans are stans. And yes, truth is, nowadays, it is becoming harder and harder to separate social media and real life. And yes, I know that we are heading towards a future where social media becomes real life. But right now, at the moment, the majority of K-pop fans in real life are casual fans. Meaning they consume K-pop solely for its music, for its art. They don't keep up with the news. They don't be on Twitter or YouTube comment sections complaining about K-pop, arguing about K-pop. They don't know which group is morally sound to support and which group is not morally sound to support. They don't know. And frankly, they don't fucking care. For example, NewJeans. Everyone in real life that I know of, both K-pop fans, and especially non-K-pop fans, love NewJeans. And the reason for that is because of their music. These people listen to their music and they actually enjoy it. And nobody shames them for it. Nobody questions them for being a fan of NewJeans, because the fact is, NewJeans does have some really, really good songs. then, if you go on Twitter, for example, the difference you'll see is honestly astonishing. On Twitter, you got thousands and thousands of these K-pop experts and K-pop activists treating New Jeans fans like they're fucking terrorists, theorizing why New Jeans are so popular, telling people that they can't support New Jeans because it's morally incorrect. And the more I deep it, the more I realize how disconnected these stands are from reality. Because the reality is, people don't give a fuck. The reality is, a lot of us don't make K-pop a hobby. I know. What? How is that even possible? The reality is, a lot of us got things going on in our life other than K-pop that forces us to not know and care about the things you know and care about. The reality is, when we say we stand a group, that doesn't actually mean we know every single thing about that group. Doesn't actually mean we spent most of our time consuming their content. Doesn't actually mean we're obsessed and we worship them. Doesn't actually mean we love them so much to the point where we're willing to sacrifice our time, energy, and money on streaming, voting, and mass buying albums. No! We simply enjoy their music. That's it. Hey, some people I know say they stand a group. Oh yeah, I stand this group. I definitely stand that group. Yup, I stand that group. But they don't even know which one's which. That's reality. And you know what else I realized? I realized that most of these morally superior K-pop fans, they don't actually care about the issues they talk about. They don't actually care about minors debuting in K-pop. Most of them only care about it when the group with minors in it becomes a competition for their favorite groups. Am I right? Or am I right? Because if they do actually care, instead of making baseless hate tweets about groups with minors in it every now and then, they would actually focus more on making the industry a better place for minors to be in. If they do actually care, then they would do their research. And if they did their research, then they would understand that this issue is so much more complicated than just having the right opinion. Oh yeah, minors debuting in K-pop is bad. It should be stopped. Motherfuck, obviously. We all know that. But do you know why it happens? How it happens? The alternatives, the solution, the root of the issue? You don't. Because you don't fucking care. If K-pop fans do care, then why has Wonyoung been indubitably the most hated and criticized idol ever since 2021? She's 19. If K-pop fans do care, then why was I seeing a bunch of grown adults bully a 16-year-old in Garam to the point where she had to leave her group? Oh, but still, minors debuting in K-pop is bad. It should be stopped. But when adults do debut in K-pop, you ignore them. You don't support them. You make fun of them. Oh, but still, minors debuting in K-pop is bad. It should be stopped. But you support groups with minors in it. You support groups and their companies that debut minors. You support groups and their companies that have the same training system as everyone else. Oh, but still, minors debuting in K-pop is bad. It should be stopped. Let's debut adults. Yes, let's do that. Yes. But you get all crazy when an idol is revealed to have a past history of being a bully in middle school when they were 13. You get all angry and, oh, cancel this idol. Oh, cancel this idol. Oh, kick them out. Kick them out when they smoke. Or when it's revealed that they're not a fucking loser. I mean, surprise, surprise, buddy. The 6-foot Korean demigod is not a virgin. I mean, oh my god, really? Really? Oh, what? Didn't see that one coming, I mean, damn. Oh, but still, minors debuting in K-pop is bad. Should be stopped, you know. They should go to university first. Yeah, university first and then debut. Yep. They definitely should do that. Brilliant idea. Why are we acting like the Korean education system is a much, much better place than the K-pop industry? It's not. It's really not. I mean, if you really want to go there, Korea, as a country in general, is not a safe place for minors to be in. Lo aja yang kebanyakan konsumsi K-pop sama K-drama, jadinya kemakan kan. Jadinya lu beneran mikir kan kalau Korea itu negara yang sangat bagus ya, sangat sejahtera ya, sangat keren ya, sangat maju ya. Padahal kagak. Anjing. Terus satu negara tuh gila. Tahu gak lu? Gila. Sistemnya gila, culture-nya gila, orangnya lagi. Jadi nih ya, kalau lu sehabis nonton video ini masih bisa-bisanya menuhan-nuhankan Korea, orang Korea, berarti lu tolol. Ya antara lu tolol atau lu orang Indonesia. Tapi aku cinta Jungkook. Aku sangat cinta sama Jungkook. Jungkook. Jungkook ngeliat lu jijik anjing. Dekil bangsat. Oh, but still, minors debuting in K-pop is bad. It should be stopped. Above 21. At least above 21. Can we at least do that, right? Yes, above 21. Yes, let's start a movement. Start debuting idols above 21. Above 21. Above 21. Above 21. Ah. Realistically, how many people out there above the age of 21 would actually want to debut as an idol? Not many. I mean, who the fuck wants their whole life to be monitored? Who the fuck wants to be banned from having romantic relationships? Who the fuck wants to be a doll that gets constantly told what to do by their company and their fans? Who the fuck wants their creative process to be heavily restricted and limited? Who the fuck wants their artistic self to be sidelined and to be removed from them slowly but surely? Who the fuck wants to do all those egos and fan calls and fan meetings and all those other activities that your idols do? Who the fuck have the energy to come back every 3 months? Who the fuck have the energy to shout and scream and fake excitement whenever the camera's on them? Who the fuck wants to dye their hair every comeback? Who the fuck wants to wear makeup 24/7? Who the fuck wants to only sleep for 5 hours a week? Who the fuck wants to go on all those extreme diets and plastic surgeries? Who the fuck wants their whole emotions and feelings to be restricted to just happy mode? Who the fuck is dumb and naive enough to be easily manipulated, intimidated, and brainwashed into not saying certain things, into not doing certain things, all in order to not disappoint you? Who the fuck is that obsessed with the idea of fame, with the concept of being loved by millions and millions millions of people. To the point where they're willing to sacrifice their whole happiness, authenticity, self-dignity, mental and physical health in the process. You look at sasaengs. You look at people who wait for their idols at the airport. You look at the 30 to 40-year-old K-pop stans. And you laugh at them. You shame them. You disgrace them. But the truth is, they're products of the system. Don't blame them. Blame the system. Blame the system that you participate in every single day. Even when you know how fucked up the system is, you still consume it. Right? You still make it your only hobby. Right? You still don't want to leave it. Right? You still make it your main source of happiness. Right? You still stream. You still vote, you still mass buy albums, your gallery is still full of your idols' pictures, right? You still love your idols more than you love yourself. You still love your idols more than you love your own people who actually knows you, who actually cares for you. You still worship your idols like they're fucking God, right? Why? Why? You want to know the difference between you and the sasaengs of the world, the 30 to 40-year-old weirdos who stand groups with minors in it? The difference is these degenerate weirdos are at a point now where they are beyond brainwashed, where they are beyond savable. That's the difference. One word. It's only one fucking word that separates you from them. Because the truth is, a lot of you are beyond brainwashed. A lot of you are beyond savable. A lot of you are in the process of becoming just like them. A lot of you, give it a few years, will be in the same fucking position. Stuck. Confused. Beyond brainwashed. Beyond savable. People will look at you as a disgrace. And I think at that point, it's safe to say, congratulations! Your life has been completely ruined by K-pop.